Oh my goodness, the Agile movement. This began in '95, and in that rapid discussion period, a number of thoughts about getting rid of waterfall started, right? Can't we do something more lightweight? This whole, upfront planning thing hasn't been working for us. We need a better way to do it. And along comes Kent Beck, who is a big part of the patterns community. And he says, well, there's this thing I've been doing called extreme programming. And I got really heavy into that. I said, Kent, that's exactly what my clients need. It's what the industry needs as a whole. And he and I and Martin Fowler got together and we concocted this scheme to do extreme extreme programming courses. And in the midst of all that, there's some other lightweight processes that were beginning to get popular. Scrum was one of them. There were a few others. And it occurred to Martin Fowler and I that we ought to get everybody together. And we all met at Snowbird, and I stood up and said, "Hey, we need a manifesto." And I sat down, and that was the end of my contribution. And then everybody else kind of brainstormed it out. And in the end, up pops the Agile Manifesto on a board, right? It was written there on a board. Nobody knows quite for sure how it got there. Nobody remembers properly. And then a day later, down in the basement in a different room, we had a vote about what to call it. And one guy said lightweight. That was me. I said we should call it lightweight. Everybody hated that idea. And another guy said we should call it adaptive, and everybody hated that idea. And it was John Kern who said, "Well, the military really likes the word agile right now." And the rest of us are going, "Oh, that's a terrible word." But we voted on it, and agile won by a vote.